Clout. Reach out.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to Clout Africa. My name is Femi Aribisala, and I'm here with the lovely Sola Allyson.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm fine.
And you've got a performance with us here today. Are you excited?
Well, I think so, but I wouldn't call it excitement. I'll call it expectant.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you say expectant, what do you mean?
Because the kind of music I do, some people call it gospel music, but I don't call it gospel music. I call it spiritual.
Okay.
Because when you say gospel, it refers to Christianity alone. I believe that I have my gifts from God to my world. Anybody that is willing, to identify with what I do. So my music is spiritual. So when I'm performing or ministering, I don't call it excited or excitement. I call it expectation, expectant, and all of that. So that is why.
So why did you choose to go the spiritual route and not the secular route, so to speak?
Well, everybody is spiritual. We are all spirit beings.
Okay.
And the life that we live is secular. The clothes I'm wearing, the seats we are sitting on, the table here, the computers, the cameras, and all of that. I think it's just a classification that we need to revisit. We need to start having all these conversations again. The older generation handed onto us what they knew within the limits of what they knew. So we should, improve, evolve from that place and start, looking into some things more deeply. So some people say this music is spiritual or gospel, this one is secular. We need to start asking those questions. For instance, I'm a Christian.
Okay.
And in the Bible, that is my own manual for life, I never saw anywhere where gospel music was mentioned. I only saw spiritual songs and hymns. I never saw anywhere where gospel was mentioned. And I was meditating the other day, and there was a story in Kings, the book of Kings in the Bible, where a minstrel or minstrels were called upon because Elisha was about to do something. The king of that time, I think King Ahab or somebody was asked him for something, and he needed to seek the face of the Lord. He asked for them to bring minstrels to him. So I was asking in my mind, those minstrels, were they gospel minstrels? They weren't. They were just people that were known maybe to be singers, to be playing the harp, and any other thing around them. So for the way I see it, because I'm somebody who asks questions a lot. I may not ask you, but in my heart, in my spirit sees, going here and there, trying to find out the real idea between these things that you have told me. So in my own questioning, in my own bid to know more, to see wider and to go deeper, I've come to know that all these segregations that we are giving to this music is spiritual, that one is secular, this one is I don't think it is. For instance, I listen to Simi's music a lot. Simi's music preaches to me more than many gospel songs out there. When she says, remind me to be kind to. There's a song of hers that the title is Remind Me to be kind to these people because I am on this particular pedestal. Doesn't mean I'm better than them or so free. My mother said, why should I want to marry a teacher? Did I not see a banker on ground, that I want to be married to? It preaches to me. So for me, I don't see this kind of music as this is spiritual, this is secular. I just believe everybody is flowing from the abundance of whatever they have on their inside.
I like that. So when you perform, how do you expect people to feel?
Well, when I perform, I always want to use my gift to enrich the souls of others. I believe from my journey in life, I have found some substance. Some substance has been added onto me as a person. And that's when people will see you as a woman of God. Somebody, she's very deep and So I always want any soul that is under my voice part-time, whether on CDs, whether they're watching me on TV, on YouTube, on Instagram, or live. I just want them to grow in substance. I want them to grow in consciousness of exactly whom God is. most of the time, the people that we are saying are serving God are not serving God. I'm not sorry to say. We need to start asking questions. We need to start delving deeper into these things. I just want a soul that comes across me to be conscious. The more, to delve deeper into who we are exactly and what we are supposed to do with the concept of the Almighty God. That's just it for me. Of course, fame will come, money will come. I want more money to come. Popularity will come and all of that. But at the foundation of all, at the base of all these things for me, is just for me to use my gift to help the other soul to be conscious.
And do you think you need to be conservative in order to do spiritual sort of music like you do?
No, it doesn't have to be. I mentioned Simi. It doesn't have to be. I mean, there are many of them whose music I love that people will say, those ones, they are secular. They are people of the world. I was remembering something yesterday. I don't know why. Olamide just came into my mind. And I think the reason why he came was because maybe my spirit was trying to bring my attention to a rhyme, maybe in Yoruba. And I remembered, Ori Yami Eleko. Jọ̀wọ́ já lọ ẹlẹ́kọ̀ or something like that. I don't remember exactly the line that he said. But I'm like, when I was younger, we used to say, that was in the 70s, 80s. And we used to say, Ori Yami Eleko. And for Olamide that is, this young, to have made his research, or maybe he heard when he was growing, of course he grew in a very... I don't want to say local. It's not local. But if I say local, you understand what I mean. He grew up in our place, so he must have heard Ori Yami Eleko. Like, it's just an exclamation for saying, hey, oh my God. Like, Igbo people say, hey, whoa, yeah, you understand. And he used it in that creative way. That is the mind with which I listen to every music. I believe every music I come across is for a purpose in my life, in my spiritual journey. It's not a mistake that I'm listening to. I listen to radio a lot. It's not a mistake that I'm not going to turn it off because they are playing Olamide. I'm not going to turn it off because they are playing Davido. I'm going to because I have, my soul is being enriched all the time. I'm going to find something of substance inside everything that I listen to. You understand? So, for me, it doesn't have to be conservative or in a particular. The world is evolving. The most constant thing in this life is change. God can never change, but the ways, can be adjusted and evolve over time. Like, no matter how many words that you bring from the alphabet of ABCD, ABCD will remain ABCD from now till forever. It has been like that because from there, you speak up. I want to say and I want to say a. I want to say. You understand what I mean? ABC. So there are basics of life. There are values that can never change, but the dynamics can change. So it doesn't have to be conservative. When I hear Fuji, when I hear a Pasuma song, I draw some substance. When I hear a Saheed Osupa, when I hear what's the Rema, my children, so I'm like, what song is that? It's Rema. Hey, who is Rema? So they are playing it. I'm hearing something. That one makes some sense. But this one is that's what he knows for now. You understand? So it doesn't have to be conservative. It doesn't have to. So I tell young people, you don't have to sound like me. Just be yourself. But make sure that the values in the song that you are singing, the values is what the value that you are creating, the substance that you are putting in the atmosphere is what matters. For me, that's it for me. I'm still always learning. But for now, from what I know, that is it.
And do you think people connect more because of the fact that you speak Yoruba or sing in Yoruba? Like, if I'm not Yoruba, for example, will I connect less spiritually with your music?
Well, largely, I think so. Okay. But at the same time, in some ways, I don't think so. Because I've been exposed to different kinds of audiences, from everywhere my foot have reached all over this world. You understand? I'm still learning. I'm still evolving. I'm still growing. But from what I know, right now, I don't think so. But like I said, largely, because if you can understand a specific language, it can bless you more. But I've seen people who don't understand what I'm saying at all. Like if you say, come, let me kill you in Yoruba, they won't understand. They will be smiling at you. They just come to me and tell me they don't understand the language I'm singing, but they understand the substance behind the thing that I'm singing.
They can feel the energy.
But for having said that, for me, everybody is not sent to everybody. So if I studied music in school, I could have decided I was a voice major, a piano minor. I could have decided to do anything that I wanted to do musically. I could have decided to express myself in English, do R&B, do all the, I could have decided to do that. But I got conscious of me and my purpose early in life. That's another long story. So I know that I've always known that everybody is not sent to everybody. All the hype that we do, that people all over the world listen to this kind of person, is good. But there are some artists, when you stay at Oshodi, bus stop, and mention some kind of artist, people will jump at you like, where is the person? If you mention another popular artist, they will be looking at you that, who are you saying? If you go to Lekki, it will be different. If you go to different places, Agege, it will be different. If you go to maybe Heathrow Airport, it will be different. If you go to John F. Kennedy Airport, it will be different. You understand what I'm saying? So everybody is not sent to everybody. So we have to ascertain the segment of the society which you are sent to. So if you do yours well, I do my own well, I believe the world will be a better place. Why am I doing Ayojuro? You don't know the meaning of Ayojuro? I will teach you. I will send you my invoice. Please. So, why are you doing Beboron? You don't understand that one too. Yeah. Why are you, putting your neck into something that is not your own? Because you are looking for what is not yours. If you have found yours, everybody has their own space in this world where you belong to exactly. I think I've just been honored, privileged to find my own, and I'm staying there. And I don't have any regrets. From now till forever, I'm going to sing predominantly in Yoruba. I could put some English line just to be creative as a creative person, but not that. I'm not satisfied singing in Yoruba. I am satisfied. And many, many, many souls are being blessed every time. And I'm amazed. Your yeah, I'm amazed. Sometimes I'm humbled. I don't want anybody to talk about me. It's somewhat makes me feel too little, to be accorded, all those words that they use. So I've answered your question, I think. Yes, you
have indeed. What's the story behind your signature headscarf? I noticed that a lot of the time when you're performing, you always have a variation of this headscarf.
Well, that's like an offshoot of what we just discussed, finding yourself, knowing who you are. I'm satisfied. So my soul rejoices that I'm Yoruba, that I'm African. I'm Nigerian. My soul, the things that are happening in Nigeria now, we are not happy. But at the foundation of who I am, or in the depth of who I am joyful that I'm Nigerian, I'm Yoruba, I'm African. And from the beginning, even when I was a professional backup singer before I got a break into the industry, I've always wanted to dress like Yoruba. When I was single, when I was nobody knew me. Like, I've always wanted to do Ankara, Ajire, put something on my hair. If I wear a pair of jeans, there has to be something that shows that I'm Nigerian, I'm African, my hairstyle, and all of that. So I didn't sit down to just think, okay, when I become a star, I'll be dressing like this. I've always been like this. I just want to express the Africanness in me. I'm always looking out for something. I went to the mall yesterday to buy something. It was something else I was looking for. I ended up buying one dress that they put Molue at the front. Because I'm proud to say, yes, I'm from Lagos. This is the, so it's just because I want to be myself. Because I've been honored, like I said before, I've been privileged to find exactly what my substance, my essence in life is for. And I'm, working towards it every time, evolving as I go.
Okay, I've only got a couple more questions for you running your way.
Okay.
So this is a strange question. If someone gave you an elephant, right, and you're not allowed to sell it or give it away, what would you do with it?
I will find what an elephant is useful for. And use the elephant. So
you will do some research on
I will. And the person said I shouldn't sell it.
You can't sell it.
The person will come to me later and ask me, how am I making money from this thing? How am I being a blessing to it? Because if you give value to your world, value will come back to you. That's just it. So if somebody give me an elephant, don't sell it, don't do. Okay, it's okay. It can trouble me for a while how to figure out what to do. But I'm going to focus on the elephant, and ideas will come. What I would do with the elephant.
It's a good answer. Didn't expect that. And finally, what are you most proud of?
What I'm most proud of, I think I've said this in the things I've been saying. I'm proud of being African. See that one, you cannot take it from me.
Can't take that away.
I'm so proud. The word is more than proud. I'm just so satisfied. My soul is just so content with being African. So what I'm most proud of right now in my life is that what I stand for, what I live for, is a help to my world. That's just it. Because nothing in this life can really be satisfying like that, except what is in your ago. Your ago is your cloak. The ago of your spirit, the cloak of your spirit. I will send my invoice. You are learning new words.
I'm learning. I'm jotting things down already.
Because the most important is that for you. So for me, what I'm most proud of in my life, I'm proud of my family. I'm happy with them and all of that. They are happy with me. But for me, as Sola, what I'm proud of is that my gifts is useful for my world.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And I'm really looking forward to seeing your performance later today.
Thank you very much.
All right. This has been Clout Africa. Reach out, get Clout.
Clout. Reach out.